Hey there! Thanks for downloading the Manwhore Podcast, a sex-positive quest for love. Great choice. Solid decision. You have exquisite taste. I am talking to you now from the future, which is your present. I'm Billy Procida. I host the show, and I wanted to throw in a disclaimer for new listeners who are starting my show from the very beginning. I like a lot of these early episodes. Like them a lot, like episodes 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, but some of them not as good, like 4, 7, and 9. I launched this show back in April 2014, and I like to think that the podcast has vastly improved since then. So just something to keep in mind when you listen to these earlier episodes. I'd hate for you to miss out on all the fantastic shows we've been putting out with my former flames, because you weren't totally sold after the first episode. Might I recommend working backwards and forwards? Maybe do the 3 most recent episodes, then work forward 3, and then back 3 again till you meet somewhere in the middle, or maybe just work backwards and treat this podcast like a Tarantino movie with less utterances of the N-word. Just a suggestion. I hope you enjoy the podcast all the same. I think it's quite good. I've had a lot of fun putting it out over the last 2+ years. I just wanted to let you know that it gets better. Now I'll shut up and let you enjoy the very first episode of the Manwhore Podcast.
Welcome to the Manwhore Podcast.
Hey, what's going on, my fellow whores? This is Billy Procida, and this is the Manwhore Podcast. Welcome to our first ever episode of this podcast. You're probably wondering who I am and what this show is. Who am I? I am just a guy like you people. I am a slut, a man slut. I think we'd call it a man whore. Here at the Manwhore Podcast, we operate under the Ethical Sluts redefinition of a slut. Which says a slut is a person of any gender who has the courage to lead life according to the radical proposition that sex is nice and pleasure is good for you. That gets to the question of why are we doing this podcast? This show, what it is every week I'm going to sit down with a woman I've hooked up with in some capacity, and we're going to talk about dating, sex, sexuality, gender, sexual health, as well as navigating why it is I have the lady problems that I have. What lady problems, Billy? You apparently have enough girls to just fill a podcast each week. That's a good question. I was the type of guy in high school that no one really wanted to hook up with, not because I wasn't at all cute, but mostly because I wasn't confident. Then I got to college, and all of a sudden there's just a light switch turned on of this confidence. And this ability to talk to women, and I guess I've been fortunate enough to have lots of fun with lots of great people and have some very interesting experiences in a bedroom or back of a cab or a park or wherever. And anytime I've been hooking up with someone or seeing someone or dating someone, anytime I've wanted something more, I have this very unique, quote unquote, unfortunate problem where they'll tell me, oh, no, I don't want to do anything serious. I just want to keep it super cash. All right. It's like, just shut up and fuck me. It's kind of a gender role reversal. I usually joke around. I'll be like, it's weird. If they wanted to just use a guy for his body, you'd think they'd pick a guy with a better body. So I've wanted something more sometimes, and they don't. But it's weird because normally if the guy wants something more and she doesn't, it would end. They don't end it. They say, we're going to keep hooking up, but I don't want to get serious with you. But I've accepted that in the past and just been okay with it. And then there were other people who, they just wanted to hook up. I just wanted to hook up. That's how our relationship worked, and that was fine for me. But there have been some special women in my life so far who I really felt like I wanted to take it to a next level. And that's why I'm here. Because, if it's, if I fall for one girl, she doesn't want it, that's one thing. 2, all right, maybe I have a thing for girls with daddy issues, but it's been a consistent enough thing in my life that it's time to start looking at myself to see what is it about me that women won't take me seriously, that they will see me as a sexual partner, but not as a romantic one. That's the answer I'm looking to solve. And in these conversations with these various women, who range from people I seriously dated to one-time Tinder hookups, like today's guest, to intermittent partners, I hope to figure that out. If I can learn something from each one, maybe that's going to help me in my dating life. That I can find that special someone who respects me and treats me the way I deserve, who deserves my love, and who will love me as well. And now I sound like some chick who just watched The Notebook for the umpteenth time. Not saying it's a problem. I'm just saying, guys, I'm a little sensitive. But I apparently am man enough to go have some of these some crazy stories. So that's what I'm hoping to accomplish out of this. And and in these conversations we cover some fun topics, some unique topics. My secondary goal with this podcast is to educate, to normalize things. I want to make the strange usual and the usual strange. There's a lot of things people like to do behind closed doors and no one really talks about, and they tend to be used as easy punchlines to jokes or gossip. And I'm hoping to maybe normalize some things that people are into. Sometimes, you like to be touched in a certain place or do a certain thing or bring in certain people. Maybe that's your thing. So I'm hoping maybe through these conversations we can take some things out of the closet. So on this podcast, we're going to talk about a lot of fun things. I mean, everything from how to properly date online to ponytail butt plugs to orgy etiquette and everything in between. I think we're going to have a lot of fun here. I'm hoping to have some good conversations, some fun conversations. There might be a few awkward ones. I can't say that every woman I've hooked up is my biggest fan. But I feel like if they know that they have an opportunity to come on and really tell me what they think about me, you guys might enjoy it. And I might actually learn something about myself. That brings us to this week's guest, Nikki. I'll give you guys only a brief intro on Nikki to contextualize it, so we can just get on ahead to the episode. Nikki, when I booked her, I knew was going to tell me how it is, because she is definitely not my biggest. We're definitely not best of friends. Nikki and I hooked up on Tinder about a year or so ago and had a very brief encounter. We kind of really didn't talk for a couple weeks until I got a random text message while on the train, very impassioned, said, "Dear Billy, my throat culture came back positive for gonorrhea. I think you should get your junk checked out. And for your own knowledge, read up about how it spread, because obviously you're an idiot in denial. Oh, and tell your little hoes to get checked out too. P.S. Your jokes are only mediocre at best." And I was like, whoa, let's settle down. Don't gotta get mean. Don't bring the jokes into it, okay? I'll go get tested. I'm sorry you don't feel well. Turned out I had nothing. I was totally clean. And another week or so later, she sends me another text message. Turned out she just had fucking mono. So we've not been on the best of terms since that time, until I asked her to be on this podcast. And she was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the first episode of hopefully many of the Manwhore Podcast. So let's have a listen with Nikki from Tinder. Okay, hello. Yeah, this is Billy Procida with the Manwhore Podcast, and I'm here with my first ever guest, Nikki.
Batting my lashes at you.
Yeah, just
so flattered.
Just go. Maybe First guest recording, could be second. We'll see how this goes.
I don't think I'll take second. I like to be on top.
You want to be... And we're already there, guys. We are already there. Normally, if someone does like a podcast and they're starting one and they have like guests, the first guest is usually like a friend, someone they're close with, that they're buddy with, so they can feel comfortable. There's already a rapport, so they know it's going to go well. And I said, well, fuck safety. I'm going to go with someone who's not entirely my biggest fan.
I don't hate you.
Doesn't hate me, but she does, guys, she doesn't hate me, but she does like dislike me enough to greet me as a, oh, hey, asshole.
I kind of figured it'd be funny. Because I was walking down the street, I saw you there on my stoop. Hey, asshole, what's up? There you go. That works. You call yourself an asshole, so I'm just keeping,
Okay.
I'm keeping it consistent.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
We're good. We're in a good place.
Yeah.
We're centered.
Pretty zen.
Pretty zen.
Zen as fuck.
Zen as fuck.
That if you want to say that.
It's the most unzen way to say that you're zen.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
have a good weekend.
Weekend was good. Successful, productive, everything that is not my weekend like 4 years ago.
What was 4 years ago?
Like
How old are you
college-ish. I'll be 24.
Okay, we are this. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So it was like, definitely more of an adult kind of a weekend, which is good. Like
some Target, some Bed Bath & Beyond, some groceries.
Literally some Target, some cleaning.
So rad.
So, yeah.
So cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Kind of hardcore. I'm pretty sure you're intimidated by how awesome my weekend was. How was your weekend?
It was going to be great. It's fine. It was okay. I got some really good movies out of the way, but like my Saturday night kind of went busto. I was supposed to go to a naked party, and so the whole time thinking, yeah, I'm going to record my first episode. I totally have something to talk about, and then my date got sick yesterday morning. I get a text saying like, I am so sick. And she's the one who went with me to the last one on New Year's Eve. So they don't let like single guys go. So
you need to bring a chick with you.
Generally.
Is it kind of like a frat party where a guy can only come in if he has a girl?
Well, yeah, you have to have like a girl, unless it started as a group of like really good friends, and then like it slowly grew via Reddit and shit, which is where I found them. So like, since I'm not like part of the original cast, like I can't just show up. Not because they don't like me, just because they're like, we try to keep the numbers even. So I didn't get to go, and I was really bummed.
Well, there's always going to be another naked party.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're totally going to go to the next one. We're just like, and I told her she still was going to come because she's in Philly, and she was going to bust out. I said, no, you should definitely like stay because you're going to be sick. I like the way she phrased it. She was like, I'm still going to come. I just may be in a more like hangout, playful mood than like an orgy mood. And I was like, yeah, but like you should relax.
Is it okay? So
well, it's not. I can see the question. I can see it coming out.
No, you can see. Yeah,
it's not. You don't even have to ask because I already know. It's not an orgy. They don't build themselves.
So you just walk around and like
it's like a party,
and you're just naked.
Yeah. Eventually, like shit goes down, but like it's not the purpose of the part. It makes more sense if you think of. Do you know Reddit?
Yes.
So it's a bunch of Redditors.
Am I a 20-something internet user? Of course I know what Reddit is.
So it's a bunch of Reddit type of people. Like when you think about who is Reddit, it's those people, which they're cute, but they're like
just a little
like New Year's Eve party. We accidentally played naked Jenga for 5 hours before anyone remembered to have sex.
5 hours.
We literally played for 5 hours, and I think by hour 3 we all were like, okay, I think we're ready to start fooling around, but we just kind of forgot because we were so into the Jenga.
I would be too.
That we forgot to like start fucking each other, and so we didn't. And it took until like 3 a.m.
Okay, no, because I was going to ask because, like, okay, my thing with I'm very there's specific things I will do and won't do. I'm not exactly comfortable being in a room full of people like totally naked. I've one time
you can be in underwear, but
yeah, but what's the point of that?
But the rule they have there, the one rule they have is that you can't take off your own clothes, and I love that rule. It's
actually,
a great
that's
rule.
a very interesting rule.
So it's a great way to like meet people. Like you'd have to go up, and you have to go up to someone. So I'd have to say, "Hi, Nikki. I'm Billy. Do you mind taking off my pants?" and then that person would take off your pants, and then you just like,
I would just
and then
laugh
you would just
the whole
like
time.
eat chips and dip, and so.
Well, what if something spills inside my? Oh, then somebody would probably lick it off. If
probably,
it spills
yeah.
in my cleavage.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, I don't know
But-
how I feel about that.
It's fun. It was interesting because, like, again, we did. My friend Lindsay and I, like, when the first time we went for New Year's Eve, we weren't sure what was gonna happen. Like, we didn't know when people might start doing stuff, so we just went with the flow. But like, literally, people were eating brownies, and there was no alcohol. Like, I brought a bottle of champagne for like New Year's Eve, like for midnight, and that was it. The guy, his place was like he had an arcade game.
Yeah.
And like a big arcade game in his house.
Yeah.
And so like he was making people go play. It was it was Brick Breaker. It was a big tall Brick Breaker game. And he was like and he has this notebook, like a notebook it wasn't a notebook. It was an Excel sheet on his laptop that he would carry on the laptop and insist on recording everyone's score. It's a Reddit party. Clearly.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I forgot that for a second. Now, okay, my thing about this is, and I know this is totally taking up more time than we probably should.
Totally okay.
But
there are no rules here.
if we're say we're trolloping to this naked party, and obviously the intention of the naked party is at some point we're gonna fuck someone.
Maybe. And you don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
You don't have to. There's zero. Like, that's why the guy who runs it, Andrew, like, he says it's not an orgy, but like stuff might happen.
Yeah, okay.
But it doesn't like we were having sex. Some people didn't. Some people left without doing anything at all. Some people just hung out while like right next to him, like a chick was riding a guy, just like super cash, just hanging. Like
you walk by and you're like,
I mean, it's just one apartment,
eating a
like-
cupcake, and she's like, these cupcakes are awesome.
Well, like
I
the
would
whole
know.
apartment, we were all in the living room, so the living room's a little bit bigger than where we are right now. It's spacious, but
Okay.
like it's not like we had 50 people.
Okay, well, my question is this is going to happen? Obviously, is it BYOC, bring your own condoms, or is it, or do you have to be tested, or like, what's the deal?
Well, also, again, this is we only went to this party once, and so last time was going to be our second time at this party. I mean, like, I brought condoms for Lindsay and myself, but there wasn't like a lot of cross-pollination past making out.
Okay.
So like in the Jenga game, there were a lot of like bricks that would say like spin the bottle or make two people kiss, and I was really let down because I kept getting like ones that I never got to make out with anyone except for Lindsay, who I brought, which is great because Lindsay's awesome. But like,
Yeah, but
I was really looking forward, and
I know,
Lindsay
because
got
you're
to
a-
kiss everybody.
because you're a man
But
whore.
wasn't? But well, I like making out. It's just
No, it's fun. It is fun.
But the fact is, every brick I pulled was like, get spanked by everyone, or spank everyone, or make two people kiss, or like stuff like that.
Oh,
so
that's boring. You were
so
just the facilitator.
I never got to like really do anything. I didn't even get like one was like not fun, but one was like ice on the genitals. Like, so the person to your right would have to take an ice cube and like put it on a nipple or a genital.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I didn't even get anything like mildly almost playful like that. So I just had but Lindsay also like kept getting chosen for every like make two people make out, or kept getting a spin the ball.
Well,
so
it was a Reddit party. She must be attractive.
she's a cutie. She's a cutie. Just like this dog here, cutie.
Yes. Cutie dog.
So yeah, there wasn't like a lot of like you fuck other people. That was just kind of like a same room atmosphere to it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you didn't go to the naked party.
I was
the
a
end
little
of
let
the
down.
story.
The end of the story was I didn't go to naked party. I stayed home and watched There's Something About Mary for the first time.
Really? For the first time?
I mean, like,
You've
I
been
saw
doing a lot of things for the first time lately. I don't know how I feel about
many.
this. I feel like okay. No. Well,
No, go for it.
No,
Open.
I was gonna say I mean, how long have you been friends with Lindsay?
We first hooked up. We've been hooking up since August.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
So
decent.
is like a consistent thing, or like?
Well, she's in Philadelphia, so
Well,
like
yeah.
it's as we can.
So okay.
Every few weeks,
you're
one of
doing
us
that
comes
thing
to
that
the
guys
other.
do when they gush a little bit, where they're like, "Oh, Lindsay this, Lindsay that," and like, not sorry, Lindsay, I don't want to be like a bitch, but like you can tell, like that's how I knew that any of my boyfriends that have broken up with me were already like thinking about somebody else, because they were like, "Oh, Dara this and Dara that," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is Dara?" And then they
And
ended
here
up,
you are, Nikki, being like, "This is my goddamn episode.
is
Let's
my
stop talking about
episode.
Lindsay."
I'm the chick here. All right.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
No.
It's I was wondering, because I know that that's the male thing. The males do that. It's true.
I feel like with my lovers, it can be like any like I'll gush about all of them individually, like in depending on the mood. Like I had a really down night, and like I don't know, about like a month or two ago, and I was feeling really down, and I was texting them, and they all like they each individually were like making me feel really, really good and special and lovey-dovey. And then I put out a gushy thing on Facebook, and then people called me a fag, but whatever.
No, you don't, because here's where they're different from me. They will tell you nice things about you. This is why I'm here, is because I need to keep your ego in check.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was afraid your head wasn't going to fit through the door.
This girl, she's like, okay, so we have a dog. And she loves men, so she's going to jump all over you, but it's only because you're a man, not because she likes you specifically.
So don't
get a big head about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I know you were probably like, oh
my God, this dog loves me.
Yeah,
and then you crushed.
It doesn't. It just likes men.
Crushed my dreams.
Yes. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's part of why I'm here.
Yeah. I need the honest truth. I mean, this is the first probably episode. And my listeners will slowly start to realize that I do not understand why I'm single.
I think they're going to like me. I think they're going to want more of me. So
recurring character.
I could be a recurring character.
Well, I told you, and I think I may have told you this when we went out on that date, but like I do well hooking up with women, but anytime like I want something more, they're just like, shut up and fuck me. And I'm like, I want something substantial. Mm-hmm. And I have like the opposite problem where like I can get laid, but I can't get a girlfriend. Whereas in all my buddies, they're like, oh, this girl, she just wants to wifey up.
And that's the premise of this. Really, this is part of the reason why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So we have I like to talk a little bit about news items. There are things that interest me from time to time, that come up, that excite me or piss me off. And so there are a couple funny things that came up in the news.
Okay.
Recently. So one thing, I don't know if you heard about this. There's this app, this iPhone app to help you get better at going down on women.
Okay, yeah. I saw this. It's called LickThis, right?
LickThis App teaches oral sex via phone licking.
And now you are supposed to wrap your phone in saran wrap because
always be safe.
Well, think about it though. It's like how many germs? Like how often do you clean your smartphone?
You're supposed to clean your smartphone?
You're supposed to wipe it down. Because think about all the shit you touch during the course of the day and all the germs and whatever else. It gets all over the glass on your phone. And like imagine you're just like licking at your screen.
You're like so germ conscious. We're going to get to that later. Oh, I did it to you. No. But yeah, there's no, that they say it's wrapping saran wrap because you want to like stay safe. I get that.
No, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that because okay, the thing about it is like obviously it'll sense the pressure that you're using with your tongue, but like how do you even know that that's what somebody specifically wants? How do you even know like a vagina,
every woman is different,
has
right?
folds and ridges, a clitoris that is not there.
Well, I think
on a screen.
they want you to get used to like using your tongue for like on the clit. I think that seems to be. I don't know if you seen the app? Have you gone to it?
I haven't because
it's like really... They have like 3 exercises. I checked it out.
Okay.
They seem more like tongue strengthening exercises. Like there's one like you're flicking a light switch up and down. One is there's a pencil sharpener and you're just basically trying to sharpen the pencil by putting your tongue in circles.
Yeah.
And then there's one just it's called freestyle, and it's when you're making it's like keep up on a beach ball. Okay. So you just keep poking the beach ball to keep up in the air.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's all it is.
I kind of feel like I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not pro this app. I'm not against it. I think there's a lot of people out there that are going to be like, this is going to make me so great at oral, and then you never know. It depends on the dude. You need actual practice. Guys, go find a vagina. It's not that hard. Well, it kind of is that hard.
Well, because every woman's different, right? Like, it depends. Each woman likes a different thing when you're going down on her.
It's true.
So what works for Siri isn't necessarily going to work for Nikki.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, light switch flicking. You gotta no. I'm gonna on this one.
Okay.
I'm on it. But I don't know if you have this news item on your blotter. Did you read? I read on Gawker yesterday that there was the first recorded case of HIV transmitted between lesbians.
Ah, I did not see that. I know that there hasn't been a recorded case.
Yeah.
I know that they technically have a statistic for how likely it is, but that there has been no recorded.
It's not likely. It's very highly unlikely.
I bet you she cheated.
No, you know what they said?
What?
They said that it might have had to do with the fact that they were sharing toys on their periods.
Do you masturbate on your period? Is that No. Do girls Kelly? No. Kidding. You can stay. Her roommate. I was going to pull the audience.
No, she would not be happy with that.
No. Who masturbates on their period? Who fucks on their?
Well, you know what? A lot of people do.
I mean, I know a lot of people do fuck on periods, but that's like a special, like, I've been dating you for 6 months type of thing.
Some people no. Some people like some guys just don't care. They're just like, they think, oh, it's a great natural lubricant. I say I don't want to ruin my sheets, so peace out. Wait a couple days.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, it doesn't smell good. It doesn't look good. It's like, it smells like pennies and it's messy and it's just not fun to me.
Well, that would make sense that if they were sharing them on their period, obviously that's how you would get it. But I just.
Or like some bleeding if like, sometimes somebody goes pretty hard and there's a little bit of blood or something. Well,
when I get fingered with long fingernails, it's really messy.
I'm sure.
You set me up for that one.
I did. I realized that I did, and that's why I laughed. No, but like, if somebody's like really going at it with you, toy or no toy, penis or fake penis, and sometimes you get a little bit of bleeding up in there or whatever, and then you use the same toy, even if it's got a condom on it, whatever. Like, you wouldn't use the same condom. That's stupid. I don't know. I'm not a lesbian. I've never had that toy sharing thing going on.
Well, I can cross that question off my list.
What's inside of me only. So
okay. I did not read that, but that's certainly an interesting.
Yeah, I read it yesterday, and I was like, wow, that's a whoa. Like, I didn't really know what to think about it. I'm like, well, I guess because I thought for such a long time that it was a universal, like, be careful of HIV, that everybody was practicing safely, regardless of their preference. And I didn't really know that it was unlikely between lesbians to contract.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that everybody was at risk. Like, literally everybody.
Oh. Well, now you know.
Now I know.
There you go.
Now I feel kind of ignorant, but now I know. And now I taught you something.
You did. You taught me so much.
I did.
So, Nikki, what's your sitch? What are you doing? You dating? What are you... Where we on the sites? Where are we at these days? Are we still on? I noticed you're not on Tinder anymore. No. Nikki and I met on Tinder. We were going to get to that eventually.
You were still.
I went to go look to see, because like in our messages. So unless someone blocked the other, which when that happened could have happened, but you weren't still there. So I was like, oh, I guess
I deleted it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, muscle.
Well, because I met a guy on it that I thought was really, really cute. We went out on a date. It went really well. It was like a first date hookup thing, which I don't usually do. I'm not like
totally.
I just don't feel like.
I'm just saying, out of the guys I know that you've met on Tinder, you're 2 for 2 for hooking up on the first date.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. No, but not with the others. No, I mean, like, we did like everything, hook up, like everything.
Oh.
Yeah, which I don't do. And he stayed, and he woke up in the morning and was not in a rush to leave. And I was like, what is this? And he smelled like wontons because he owns a pizzeria. So it's like he smelled like oil.
So he's an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Okay. So we hooked up and then he left, and then he seemed kind of distant, like disinterested. Almost. And I was like, well, maybe he was just in it for the hooking up thing. But we had talked about it and he didn't seem that way at first. So I was like, hey, listen, it was like maybe, I don't know. He denied my request to hang out when he was available. I thought that he had like faked somebody having an ailment in his family, because like it wasn't a serious ailment, but it sounded fake to me. It sounded fake, and I was like, hey, so I just get a feeling you're not really interested anymore, and I just want to put it out there that I'm kind of looking for something a little bit more consistent and serious, and I just don't feel like you're that interested. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But if I'm correct, then
and then you found out the uncle died.
No, the uncle did not die. It wasn't his uncle. But I did find out that he was like, I like you. So why are you telling me this at 9 a.m.? And then he was like, well, this is kind of manic. Like, I was like, wait, hold on. You call me manic when I'm just telling you what it is that I'm feeling? I'm like, listen, I just feel like you're not into it. And if you're not into it, you can let me know. I wasn't being pushy about it. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm sorry. I just don't feel like it's something that you want.
And were you right? Were you wrong?
I was kind of wrong.
Okay.
And then he was insulted by that. So
and then that made it.
And then I was like, fuck Tinder, man. Like that was, and then I just deactivated OkCupid because I've been seeing somebody that I met, I don't know, right before New Year's. Okay. And we've been on maybe 8 or 9 dates and things are going well. So we're just kind of taking things super snail slow. Okay. But in the meantime, I've been having fun because we've only made out.
That's adorable.
It is adorable. I like it though. Mm. So.
Okay. Where did we meet him?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can tell the story. Well, I can tell the story. He's probably not going to hear it.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is going to be the 3rd highest listened to comedy/sex podcast.
Sure. Well, I don't really know that he's into a comedy/sex podcast type of thing, but we met because we were going to sublet here. Okay. One of our roommates, and he was one of the people who wanted to come rent the room, so he came. We interviewed him, and
did you deny him because you're like, I'd rather date this guy?
Well, that was part of the reason
and
why.
Then he can move in and we can save rent, guys. Look at that.
It was actually part of the reason because I met him.
You are the Kevin Spacey House of Cards of planning out
kind of
having less
no
rent.
But I didn't make the decision. Ultimately, one of my other roommate was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable pooping with him in the room right next to the bathroom because he's a guy, and I'm like, I feel you. We liked the girl that we chose, so we were like, let's just go with the girl. It's just so much easier, but hopefully he finds a place. And then in his rejection email, I was like, I'll write it, guys. So I wrote him the email, and this was the most brazen I've ever been because to somebody I've met for like an hour. I was like, hey, and if you ever want to get a beer, because he brought us beers over, I was like, here's my phone number. And he never got back to me. I was like, oh, he wasn't interested, whatever. So I found him. Then I'm stumbling upon OkCupid like maybe 2 months later, and I see this profile, and I'm like, is that like... It didn't even click with me at first because I sent him a message. It sounded very much like him, but I didn't remember the guy. So I wrote to him almost like the conversation that we had when he was here in person with me. He's like, hey, didn't you like reject me for a room a couple months ago? And I was like, it's you. And he's like, I'd love to get a beer with you. I'm like, okay.
And now you guys are holding hands and making out and picking daisies, and you guys go to recess together.
It's not a sexually charged thing, and I kind of like that because he's very respectful of me.
That's cool. Hey, I hear FDR barely banged his wife, so it's cool.
It'll happen eventually. It's just I'm okay with waiting on it because I don't know. I like him.
You had your Tinder days, and now you're trying to find something a little bit more.
Since I've been with you, Since I've been with you, my number has risen dramatically.
I remember how proud you were when you finally got laid after that one time we hooked up.
I don't remember telling you about it.
Oh, you were like, you would be so proud of me. And I was like, what? She's like, I had sex with a guy. I was like, all right.
I don't remember this conversation.
Were you yelling at me like 3 weeks ago? Yeah, no. I thought that was odd. That happens a lot. People like they'll have like a miscellaneous sexual encounter, and then they text me being like, "Oh, you'd be so happy for me." I'd be like, "Why?"
Well, the thing about it was because I told you that I can't do it without any kind of like preliminary attachment or like something like some kind of connection, which I found out is total bullshit because now I can totally do it.
Yeah,
which is great.
Congrats.
And I've been exercising my right, which is awesome.
You've been exercising your slutty right to fuck whomever.
But I'm safe about it. And I'm smart about it.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. But I think that's why I told you, because you were like, oh.
Those are just sounds. I don't know what.
Because I didn't want to jump on yo dick because I didn't know you very well. And I was
did. I told you that you couldn't jump on my dick because right away. I said second date maybe. I told you I don't fuck on first dates. That's like my.
I don't remember that either.
That's like I tell every girl that first time.
I don't remember. Well, you didn't even grant me the chance for a second, so.
Sorry?
You didn't.
I didn't.
Because I giggle too much.
That's not why.
You told me that was why.
Is that why I told you why?
You said because I laugh too much, and you just like I don't.
That's not a reason for me to like not.
No, you're like
fuck a person.
Well, that's what you were like. The laughing thing kind of like wasn't. I wasn't into it.
I mean, yeah, it turned me off like in that moment, but I could have gone over it. Like if there were other factors at play. It's just I didn't want to have the sex.
Well, now we're here. You should probably just tell me what it was.
I wasn't really feeling it. I was I don't think I was that attracted at the time. And then I was like, okay, but like she's cool to have like a beer with, and she knows cool bands I don't, and then sends me album art that I don't get. And she giggles when she sucks my dick. That's another thing. That's a significant thing.
I told you.
I think all guys would understand.
You said it was a giggle thing, and I don't even do that anymore.
Well, see, I can't say good job because then I'm an asshole. Because then it sounds patronizing.
I was nervous.
Okay. She's giving me the finger right now.
I'm so glad you brought me all this beer.
Well, I did bribe her to be on the show with a 12-pack of PBR. But I feel like having the chance and ability to yell at me and possibly put me in my place in front of God knows how many listeners, I think would have been enough. I don't know. So, but the backstory on us is that we met on Tinder. We met up. We had a date. Sometimes went down.
Would you even call it a date? I don't even know if it was a date.
I mean, I consider anything where it's like if you have like a time, location, an activity, it's a date.
Okay.
But I was like up front of my slut. Here's the other thing. Wait. So you said this is what I wrote down before, and I was like, and it's a thing. You know what grinds my gears is girls on Tinder who are looking for like serious relationships or looking to date on Tinder. It's Tinder. Tinder is a hookup app.
Well,
Tinder is meant to be a hookup app. Women have tried in the way that some women will try to change a guy, women have tried to change what Tinder is. Tinder.
I'm going to stop you right there because it goes both ways.
Oh.
Men do it all the time.
Men do it on OKC, and
No, they do it on Tinder too.
But that's what Tinder's for. Tinder is for hooking up.
No, they do it. They do the relationship thing.
They shouldn't be doing it either. I mean, that's not what its intended purpose was.
I understand that, but you're making it seem like it's just the ladies that do it. Ladies, you know what I'm saying? When you go out with a guy and all you want is some peace, and then they just keep calling you, and you're like, I don't really know that I'm into that thing. Let's and they want to take you out and prance you around and let me buy you a steak, and you're like,
Well, give him my number because I would love a steak.
You can't have a steak, Billy.
I'll put out.
You can't have a steak.
I've got points for that. I can have a steak.
You can't have a steak.
I have.
It's a relationship steak. It's like a contract.
Oh, it's a relationship steak.
It's like a contract. It's like, here, come out to dinner with me, and then I'm going to continue to see you. And I'm like, okay, no, but you're stupid.
Then you get to do the thing that men have been doing for generations.
I don't
you get
want
to say
do that.
It's empowering. It's 2014 where a woman can break a guy's heart and say, "Listen, I'm just going to use your body," and then fuck off.
Yeah, but how many times can you do that before it gets old?
I don't know. I could probably tell you because it's gotten old for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so
it happened.
It's not. It's. I won't say that.
I just don't like it if I'm talking to a woman from Tinder, not from just a dating site, from Tinder. And then, I come on in a sexual manner at some point. I don't open with, yo, want to fuck, show me some tits. Because, come on, have some tact. Wait a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I started making comments about what she looks like and getting together, having some fun, some wink faces. I don't like it when she's like, what kind of girl do you think I am? I was like, you're on Tinder. That's exactly the type of girl I think you are because here is where we are.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going down because we're on Tinder and I'm
catching. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I see your point, but I'm not going to completely agree with you because it happens across both genders and okay, maybe it was intended for hooking up, but maybe it's more of a very speedy. Some people do consider that online dating.
Well, it is online dating, but it's not for a relationship.
Dating. No.
Grindr is technically an online dating app. It's a hookup app, but
Well, that's because it's gotten the reputation. I think it's efficient dating. It's efficient because it's like, obviously you're thinking, okay, I have no time to sit here and read a bunch of profiles with words that I really, TLDR. So here's a picture, right? Here's a picture. Here's a couple pictures. If you think I'm hot, then swipe right. If you think I'm not hot, swipe left. And if I swipe right to you, awesome. We both think we're hot. This is great. Now let's get to see if our personalities click, because that's what a lot of people are doing now. Instead of just using it as a hookup, like you're hot, I'm hot, let's bang. It's like you're hot, I'm hot. Let's see if we're compatible, and then maybe we can bang. Yeah.
yeah. But again, it's supposed to be like to bang or do things, to do some sort of naked activity.
It's supposed to do that, but
Some
a majority
people-
of what's been going on now is the you're hot, I'm hot, let's see if there's chemistry thing, as opposed to I don't care if your cat, got run over by a car when you were 5, or if your sister has a moose knuckle.
You're telling you, yeah. You're saying, hey guys, sack up, get ready, because I want the peen potentially after 1 to 3 drinks.
1 to 3.
I don't know.
What kind of person do you take me for?
I have no idea. I don't have enough Weight Watchers points for too many drinks, so
You're
I can.
still doing that?
Oh, it's a lifestyle. It's not like I'll never stop. I can't stop. I can't stop.
How many
Won't
points
stop.
is this beer?
It's PBR, so it's 4.
You're like a Weight Watchers Rolodex.
I've been on it for over 2 years. Because anytime I take a break from it, I gain weight. I gain between 10 and 20 pounds anytime
Jeez.
I take a break. The last time I took a break was in May for my sister's graduation. I went down to Miami, and I just had trouble getting back on it. I gained almost everything back, and now I'm back on it.
But like my whole thing with the big WW is like, don't you think after you use it for so long that you would know how to portion your meals out and know what to cook, and like it would automatically register with you like what it is you should be doing without using the calculator?
You should. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to not always be on weight. You're supposed to, because you can earn lifetime membership with Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
Where eventually, like, it's free so long as you stay within like 5 pounds a year goal weight every 2 months. It's always free. Me, I'm very rule based. Like that's how my mind works. So like,
Okay.
if I'm not on it, I'm like, oh, I can have whatever I want. And as much of it, my issue is the amounts. So it's like I eat the same 7 shitty foods I've always eaten, but when I'm on Weight Watchers, I can like portion it properly.
Got it.
And when I'm not on it, I will just have like a ton. Like I'll have in the course of a day, like I'll have the burger, the fries, and I'll have pizza throughout the day, rather than like maybe 2 slices of pizza or the burger with no fries. But no matter how any of this stuff adds up, it's still embarrassing to tell women on first dates.
I don't really know that that people have ever brought that up. I don't really know if that's a thing that you should bring up. Like maybe
when do you bring that up? And which is more
whenever you feel like it.
Whenever I feel safe
like,
in the relationship.
Yeah, like later on, because it's like it's not anybody else's business. Like why you're not drinking more than 1 beer or anything. Like I was at work and I was doing it for a while, and then my coworkers were like, "Hey, I'm gonna make you some drink," and then they made me like a margarita, and I was like, "I can't drink this. This is like 8 points," and you don't want to tell people that. But I think once you're comfortable with it's not anybody's fucking business what you want to put inside your mouth. And that goes for 2 things.
Mm-hmm. I've tried not to go there. I didn't want to go there.
This is what this is about.
Yeah. I was just trying to be an adult.
No, I'm not an adult, so we can. Well, technically, yes, I am.
Yeah.
But
like I didn't
in
get
my
blown by
mind-
like a minor, so everyone can calm down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he
I
did.
duly ID'd before.
And also, it was like almost a year ago, so I was in my 20s.
I mean, you're also still in your 20s.
I'm
like
still in my 20s.
You were then. Now
I was then. I am now.
And you will be for a while.
I'm just digging myself into a deeper hole that you shouldn't be in.
Oh, okay.
Deeper hole.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm really glad that this is your first, and it better be your first.
Oh, this is. We did a couple test episodes. This is the first one that like people are gonna hear.
Yes.
And
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next on the agenda?
I'm so curious about this dude. Like
Which one?
Well, both, because you Tindered a guy recently, right? Like in the midst of this this other guy.
Yeah, well, because
right?
the thing about this,
which is fine. I don't judge. I'm a guy who has multiple people.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Because we're not exclusive.
Of course. Okay.
This guy that I'm going to use the air quotes, dating.
Okay.
Right? We have gone out. He's very sweet. He works like a fiend, so I hardly see him. And I don't think that it's a crime to go out with other people if I still have the intention of ending it. Because he's told me, he's given me full disclosure, like, I will be busy for the next X amount of weeks or months or whatever. So until then, we can't have anything consistent. But if you're willing to wait it out, I'm like, yeah, of course. But I still got to get mine. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, in the meantime, Nikki's getting some peen.
Which is okay. Yeah. I'm allowed to do that. Am I not allowed to do that?
Now, so since you're off the yeah, no, you're totally allowed to.
Yeah.
And again, like, I'm certainly not one to judge about crossing over things.
I want to make sure your people are able to say is that okay? Is that okay moment?
Is what okay?
What I just said. Like, is that okay if you have a relationship
totally okay
in mind?
I mean, yeah, it's not done yet. And I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people there are people who will probably say no. I'm not, but I'm also of like a different mindset where I think you can actually seriously date multiple people at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. I identify as poly to me, but it's not like a thing. I'm like, there's like a poly community.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not like in the community. Like, I'm not like a poly person at a poly event talking about being poly
you don't
with
have
other poly people.
Like Girl Scout badges.
Yeah. But like, I mean, that's how I identify. Like, that's how I know that, like, that's what my love works like. That's how I identify my sexuality.
Yeah.
But it's not something I'm like actively pursuing. It's just a thing that sometimes happens.
Yeah.
I believe that if you can be in love with more than one person over the course of your life, I think it's completely plausible that those times can overlap. That's me.
Okay.
And so I would never judge someone for banging people while
I know you wouldn't.
they're dating a dude.
I'm just saying.
I think some regular people would, but I
Okay.
think they're wrong. Because if there's no, again, I'm rule based. If there's no rule set saying we're not hooking up with other people, then you are within your rights. If let's call him David. It's not David, right?
It's not David.
Okay, let's call him David. If David found out you banged Chuck from Tinder, he can't get mad. He can be mad in his own right, but he can't like get mad at you because
No.
you did not break a rule.
And I don't
so
think
he's got to own his own anger and or jealousy if
Yeah.
that were to even happen.
Yeah.
But it's not your fault because you were within your realm of okayness.
But it's also one of those things I wouldn't discuss with him. Like
but
like,
if he found out,
because for me, if I'm, and I'm totally the opposite of you in that whole poly situation where I need to be the center of not of your world, because I think that whole you complete me, you're the center of my world, that's bullshit. Nobody completes you. You don't have an arm that's chopped off and you need somebody else's body
the darkness
part.
is coming out.
No, it's true, because I hate when people say like, oh, my better half. No, fuck, you are a whole person, man.
the cynicism attached
It's
to
true.
that camouflage top right now you're wearing
I'm here
is
for
just
battle.
all here.
No, it's true. No, but I think it's like if somebody were to say like, oh, like I had an ex-boyfriend who's on Facebook, who insists on being my friend, and I like block all his updates. I mean, you can see how great my life is. I don't want to see yours. Whatever. He's dating this like ratchet ass hoe who works at the Cheesecake Factory at 25, and that's the only aspiration she has. Okay, so she is like, he's like, oh yeah, happy 21st plus 4 birthday to my better half. First of all, that's a fucked up way to say 25. If she's 25, call a spade, number one. Number
Whoa,
two.
my spade listeners are really upset at you right now.
What? Okay, I don't know what that means.
Oh, you don't know spade's a completely derogatory term for a black person?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know
Are
that.
you like Randall in Clerks 2 when you didn't know a porch monkey was a slur for black people? He just thought it was a thing you call someone who's lazy?
I won't go that. No, that it's an expression, obviously. So
Started by racists in the South. That's cool.
okay, so if you're gonna call somebody 25, don't make a fucking math game out of it. Number one. Number two, if she's your better half, wait a second, Billy. If she's your better half, why did you cheat on her with me? Good question.
You're big on the ratchet ass hoes.
It's
you
true.
called my hoes ratchet
It's
ass
true.
hoes at one point.
Yeah, well, I like that term. No, but it's like, why would you say all these lovely things about this girl that you call your better half? That is half of you. You therefore sacrificed half of you to hook up with me and continue to flirt with me when I was already like in your past. Mm-hmm. So fuck better half, because that's not even a thing to me. No, you are a whole person. You are a whole self.
I don't even remember where this starts, but all I know is now you're like going off against people who want to
No, because
bound
it's stupid.
to another person. I agree,
I think marriage is great. Relationships are great. If you feel happy with that person, that's awesome. But they don't have to like fit themselves into you. Like they're not a part of you.
In grade school, did you tell other kids that Santa Claus wasn't real? Were you the girl? I feel like
no,
you were.
actually, I wasn't. I was the girl that kept up that for my younger cousins and things. I was the one who kept that going. No, but what I'm saying is I need to be the center of attention. I'm not going to say the center of your world, but if I'm in a relationship, I got to be the center of attention. Like I cannot share. I'm not good. I do not play well with others. I got to be numero uno. Mm-hmm. So to me, a poly relationship is not going to cut it. Like I don't care if you feel like if you love her, then fucking go for it. You can't love me too. No. I need to be it.
I mean, he can still love you. You're just not going to love him back. Because I mean, that's the whole point of the thing is that you can.
Well, no, I will still love that.
It's not a zero-sum game. It's not like he's got this much love that fills this bowl and he's got to share it. It's like he's got multiple bowls of the same amount of love.
No, it's one bowl. This bowl is my bowl.
See,
this bowl belongs to me.
What I used to tell women before I knew poly was a term, though, how I experienced things was that there were like these tanks and to fill my love and to fill up. I'm not going to use Nikki, but to fill up Jennifer's tank of love. I don't have to take away from Cheryl's love tank to fill hers up. Yeah. It just is. I have lots of love to give.
Yeah. No, I get that, but to me, I don't. I'm not.
But you need attention.
I do. I do. Okay. I'll be frank about it. I do. Because if you're gonna dedicate time to a relationship, I think it's difficult to keep it like in multiples. I think if it's hard enough to keep a successful relationship with one person, I think
part of it is because you get so attached to that one person.
But I like that attachment. I do. Like you, I have a lot of love to give, but I'm going to give my whole effort to one person.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
fair enough.
That's my thing.
Yeah. You want to play a game?
Yeah.
Let's try a game. Let's break up. I've got this one game called Cast That Porn. It's called Cast That Porn. Okay, Cast That Porn. I'm gonna describe to you a porn I watched recently.
Okay.
Okay, and then you've got to cast it with like public
famous people.
Famous people.
Okay.
So sports players, politicians.
Okay.
Celebrities. Chuck, whoever.
No.
From Tinder. So I saw a video, an adult cinema this morning, a dogging video. Do you know what dogging is? You do. Impressed. So for anyone who doesn't know, dogging is like a British term for like playing with multiple people in public. Generally, it's like like the woman's like hanging out of a car and like she'll blow guys who come up to the car window, or she'll like get out of the car and it's like kind of like next to the car. So there were these 4 guys by the window of the car, and she was like blowing guys who came up to the car window. One of them was wearing a wife beater and a sideways hat, looked very young.
Okay.
Another was an older gentleman. The other 2 were just kind of generic bros. And eventually one of them got to fuck her, and was very rough with her. So who do you cast for some of these roles?
So 4 bros and a lady.
Yeah, if you need to do less bros, you can. Like, give us at least
wife
2
beater
bros.
Guy, an old guy, and
give us a couple bros and a lady who would dog multiple men in public out of her car window.
A lady. I don't know. I'd like to see Joan Rivers do that.
Joan Rivers.
I don't know why she's the first one that came to me in my mind, is like with the hair and like jewels and a fur coat, just being like, "Come
she's
here,
wearing
sweetie."
all that. Is she naked underneath the fur coat?
Yes.
Or yes, of course.
Yes, but she's wearing the coat and the jewels and the makeup and the face. You know, everything is tucked, and she's like, "Come here, let me suck your cock." Like that's like that.
Okay,
that was my really terrible Joan Rivers.
It was terrible, Joan Rivers. But
I've seen her
fun.
live, and she's pretty hilarious.
Right.
She's very self-deprecating, which is great. Okay, so young bro. Okay, Colin Farrell is a bro.
Okay.
So Joan Rivers, Colin Farrell, Vin Diesel. Those are the generic bros.
Okay.
Generic bros, right? And then I want to say Ford, the Canadian, the Vancouver
Rob Ford.
Rob Ford.
Oh, that's
He's
so
the fat
perfect.
guy.
I have seen the fat old. I've seen Rob Ford in so many pornos.
Yeah.
Amateur pornos.
Yeah.
Where they're letting anyone,
And
like
that
they put the
he's the
post out on
anyone.
Craigslist. They're like, literally anyone can
Yep.
come do this.
Yeah.
And he shows up.
He's the fat guy.
He gets out of the
old
Asian
guy.
massage parlor to come do that.
Yes, absolutely. So him, and then I'm having trouble placing the wife beater guy. I want to say, who is like was he scrawny? Or no?
Yeah.
He was pretty
I
scrawny.
call him scrawny. Scrappy.
Scrappy. Who's like, who do I associate that with?
Who wants to get blown amongst a bunch of dudes
Ryan
by Joan
Seacrest.
Rivers? Ryan Seacrest? I think Ryan Seacrest wants to blow all the dudes. Ryan Seacrest is going to get blown by Joan because that's the only way he can get around the bros he wants to blow. Like, he does it just because, like, he's settling for, like, well, I can't suck the dick, but I can, like, be real close to it. And maybe in a fit of being horny, he'll
And
let...
because he puts himself in everything. Like, he's literally in everything.
What, they're doing a dogging video? I'll host that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. He'll produce it too. Two birds with one stone.
Uh-huh.
There you go. So for the record, it's Joan Rivers, Ryan Seacrest, a scrawny wife beater guy, Rob Ford,
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, and Colin Farrell.
Well,
That's
Okay.
my cast that porn.
okay.
Yeah.
Cast That Porn, guys. That's first time playing Cast That Porn.
I
That's,
like it.
That's the first one I like it. Okay, tell me how you feel about this other game. Okay, it's another one.
What's the other game?
I don't know. It's called Make It a Sex Toy.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you two things, and you got to pick one of them, and then you have to tell me how you could use it as a sex toy. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We're gonna try it. We're
All
gonna see.
right, we'll see.
An orange, or
Ugh.
the spring issue of Vogue.
Ew. Neither one works.
Get creative.
Okay. I'd make a paper airplane out of the pages of the spring issue of Vogue. And can you use it on other people?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So with the paper airplane, I would shoot the paper airplane so that the tip of the airplane touches your nipples.
Ah.
So,
All right.
you
Yeah.
know, nice
Yeah.
nipple poking.
See?
Right?
Yeah.
The orange.
Well, you don't have to do both. Just like which one you would
Oh.
rather use as a.
Well, can I?
You're
I might
welcome
as well
to.
use both.
Go for it.
The orange one, I would just squeeze.
I've got an orange in my bag. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah.
Kidding.
Messy. I would squeeze the juice everywhere. No, I would put a hole in it, like put a hole, and then for a man, then he can use it as like a
I
fleshlight.
feel like that's one fruit you can't do that with because it's so acidic. That
Oh
it
no,
would-
you'd have to do it.
Nikki's got a guy just strapped down somewhere and he's making him fuck random fruit. Poor fucking fella's dick just.
He could wear a condom if he. No, he can't. I'm not letting him.
You're sadistic.
I will reserve it for somebody that I do not like.
Are you that dom? Are you a dominant woman in bed? I don't know.
I like to be, but I'm not gonna force it on someone. Like
You want to be? You're afraid it would scare a guy off.
no, I'm much more of a pleaser. I'm a people pleaser. I enjoy when you are enjoying yourself.
Okay.
Therefore, it totally makes me excited to like give somebody head. Awesome. That's like my favorite thing ever. Because I could see how much somebody's liking it and it makes me happy. So if somebody's having a great time, just like doing whatever they're doing, I'm like, okay, continue to do that. That's great. If I'm getting bored, I'll be like, hey, I want you to take me from behind. Or like I will tell you, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Or let me take the ring.
You're assertive. That's good.
Yeah.
I hate it when they want me to read their mind. I'm like I'll do whatever. Just tell me. You want me to choke you? Just tell me you want me to choke you.
Yeah,
I'll do
but
it.
I'm like, or if something's just like, I'm like, don't be afraid. I don't like say do this, do that. I'm like, if you want to, you can do this and that, and then it opens the door for them to
okay.
do this. But I will say, don't be afraid to. So I'm like, don't be afraid to smack me. There you go. Don't be afraid. So
do you
then
like guys smack you?
only the butt.
Only the butt.
Yeah.
No, that's that. But who doesn't smack the butt a bit?
But like people think that's weird because they're like, oh, is that like a daddy issue? Like, and I'm like,
No, smack in the face would be the daddy issue. If you told me slap me in the fucking face like a dirty whore, I'd be like,
no.
and
No,
I'd be
yeah.
like, someone's dead father touched them. Like,
Yeah, you don't want. I don't know.
look, that got weird.
No, it didn't. You made it weird.
I'm not Pete Holmes.
You made it weird.
No,
I know, but I think sometimes you wish you were.
Now I'm referencing other podcasts.
Maybe he'll pick up on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
I like that game. That was a good game.
Those were good. I was worried. I wasn't sure. I was trying to come up with fun little things.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get too dirty, but I was like,
It wasn't
I
like-
like what you did there with the airplane. I would have never thought of that.
Yeah,
I was thinking like, I don't know, like maybe use it as like a shitty dental dam, like.
Ew.
But that was way
No,
better.
that's
That was
terrible.
way better. That could almost be hot if someone was accurate enough.
Yeah.
Like Dave Franco and Now You See Me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was good.
Very difficult thing to work with, but I think I can't even make a paper airplane, but I'm just pretending I could. And then I'd throw it at you and you would poke your nipples.
Me because.
Just because you're here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because I need to. Again, not letting me feel special at all. Just
No.
keeping me in check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nikki's all about keeping me in check. This woman is
I'm a tough nut to crack.
She does not. she Nikki Scorned is not someone you want to mess with.
No.
She's
No, Nikki not scorned is somebody you don't want to mess with.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
just not someone you want to mess with.
You seem to have had a pretty staunch opinion of me, like maybe like a month or so after, and so I was like, okay.
Well, yeah,
don't fuck with this
because
shit.
I thought it was a dick move. I was like,
I do agree. There's a way to let someone down like you're not interested, right?
Yeah.
But like I was like 80%, I feel like, of what I should have done. And so I did poor aftercare. And that made me like 20% of an asshole. I felt like. That's how I feel.
okay.
You look like you.
No, because
Disagree.
I hate people who don't. I won't say I hate people because that's a strong thing to say. I dislike it when people are hasty.
Meaning
Like you make a decision like right away, like being like, nah, that wasn't my thing. I'm just gonna like let it go.
Okay.
When I'm like, you didn't even like get to know anything about what, like, you know, like you saying like I only do things after, you know, on the second, maybe third date, whatever. Like to me, it was kind of like it was insulting. I mean, think about it. It's insulting when somebody was like, I don't want to fuck you, like.
But why is it okay for a girl to then say like I don't want to fuck this guy and no one ever thinks
It's
twice?
never okay.
But if I say like I don't want to have sex with a chick, everyone thinks like
but,
I'm a weirdo.
No, it's only after you have done any kind of like foreplay activity
Mm-hmm.
that it's not okay for you to be like blatantly, I don't want. Like, just fucking do it, man. Man up, man. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like
I'm playing this for the next chick who like fools around with me and then decides like I don't want to have sex with you. I'll be like, just do it, chick.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you didn't do it. So I was like, fuck you, because you don't even know, like.
You may be banging in bed.
Yeah. And you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
And you wouldn't
I
know.
don't know. This was good. This is a lot better than I thought it was going to go. I thought
You doubted me for a second.
no, not that it wasn't going to be equality. I thought I was coming into a hostile situation.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm a nice person.
What is it? No, but yeah, but if I kind of fuck you over a bit, like then you have totally rights to not be nice.
Yeah, but it was like a year ago. Like, it was like a year.
I don't know how long you hold grudges. Some people
Well,
can.
it depends on what you do. You didn't do anything that was like, that guy. Like, I don't want to like push you off a bridge. Like, it's, you know, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay,
What do you want?
so we're good.
You're sitting in my kitchen. No, we're not good. Leave. No, I didn't mean that. No, don't go. No.
Oh, but I don't know. This was fun. You were a good first guest.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no.
It's comfortable.
I won't even say good. No, I know.
Oh.
I know.
Guys, she's an independent woman.
No,
If you-
I just know.
If you want to find her, you can find her on some. What are you still on any sites?
No, I deactivated.
You deactivated everything. Okay.
I did. I was contemplating just going on Tinder just for like when I'm bored, like on the toilet. Because girls do poop. I'm sorry.
Yo, I know girls pooping in Tinder.
Yeah, but like nobody knows what you're doing. Or even if I'm just sitting around doing whatever, like if I'm like waiting for my chicken to cook or something, I can swipe, whatever it is I want to do. Like if I'm bored. But it's also like an ego thing, and then you get these people that like some people will not even like you'll match and they won't even say anything to you. And you're like, so what's the point of this if you're not even going to talk to me? Because most time, and I will go out of my way to like say something to somebody, but on there it's difficult because most of it's going to be like, hi, how was your weekend? Because there's not a profile to talk about. But no, I just,
All right. Yeah.
Well,
you were a good first guest. I think Saturday's guest has a lot cut out for her. This was positive. Yes. High five. Good job. That was Nikki, everyone. I definitely learned something there. That was I had never thought I was hasty. I never thought of it like that before. And I'll admit, and you can hear it in the chat, I definitely write it off there in the conversation. But as I walked back to my car and I got in, I sat down, I was like, you know what? She might not be right with our situation, but I do make hasty decisions like that, categorizing, I guess, what my intentions are with someone right away. I think she's got a good point about me there. And I'm like, whoa! We hooked her up one time and she's a pretty good, accurate read on me. I'm worried about what I might hear from someone on this show who actually knows me well. Kind of like a mind-blown moment. Okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys keep tuning in every Wednesday. If you have any comments, please email me at manwhorepod@gmail.com. Let me know what you think about the show. Share it on Facebook and Twitter with your friends. Use the hashtag Manwhore Podcast. Let us know what you think. Us being me and me. I have no other... there's no us. It's just me in my mom's basement right now. That's... you can follow me on Twitter at TheBillyProceda. So I'm looking forward to hearing those comments, and I'm looking forward to putting out next week's episode with Jay. It is, well, if you thought this one was R-rated, let's say the next one's definitely considered an XXX rated episode. But boy, is it fun. Take care, everyone. Stay slutty. I'm out.